Hey tribe, Dawna here from Transformational Healing, and the autumn equinox is almost here, so it is time to talk about Mabon. This year in 2021, Mabon is on September 22nd. So, what is Mabon anyway? Mabon is the second harvest festival in the Wheel of the Year that many pagans or people who follow earth spirituality follow. Mabon is very much like a pagan Thanksgiving. We celebrate the harvest and we feast and have gatherings and get together and celebrate things like Harvest Home Gathering or Heart Song and different types of activities like apple cider and picking apples and finding pumpkins and all of the different exciting things that we can do at this time of the year. We gather to appreciate and be grateful about what we have. We are putting things away in thoughts of winter. We're still doing those things like storing and harvesting and putting away crops and building our spiritual stockhouse inside so that we can make it through the long cold winter that we know is coming ahead. You can feel and see the animals that are getting ready for winter and getting ready to go into that hibernation state. We know that this is the time when we start to pull back a little bit and go inside and start to do our shadow work and do our inner work. And that is really important for this time of year. But we still have just a little more time to enjoy being outside, enjoy absorbing in all of the wonderful fall colors. If you happen to live in a place where the seasons do change into fall, and it's a time to gather with community and to build those bridges back up so that you have a support system for yourself throughout the winter months. There are many herbs and oils that you can use to honor the energies where they are right now. And I have a great list of them up on the Transformational Healing by Dawna website under the Herbs and Oils for Mabon article. But I'm going to share a few of those with you right now. Some of the magical oils that are associated with Mabon are things like juniper and cedarwood, chamomile, rosemary, sage, and thyme, cloves, clary sage, and things like jasmine and frankincense and myrrh. There are also many herbs that we associate with fall and with Mabon, and we can use the oils that I mentioned above to make anointing oils like the Mabon oil that I carry in the shop, or use the herbs below to make offerings or create your own incenses, or just as things to have around the house in bowls or to use to help you to allow the house to smell like fall. So, some of those herbs and magical things that you might use would be apples and cedar, nutmeg, cloves, pine, rosemary, and sage and thyme, but also things like Solomon seal. Sunflowers are gorgeous to bring into the house this time of year. White oak and white willow and white sage are often used, as long with the witch hazel, which is in bloom only in the fall. It's an interesting flower that it blooms in the fall and not in the spring for a tree. But other things like cinnamon and anise and goldenrod, chamomile. You can add your frankincense and your myrrh resins to that. But the milkweed pods are also getting ready to burst forth right now. And you can gather little bits of them for wish making. Just make sure that you leave plenty to spread out in the area because milkweed is vitally important for the monarchs right now. You might want to also collect your corn husks and your corn silk right now to think about creating a corn husk doll. There are also celebrations all around the world that happened during this fall season. And if you check out my video from last year about celebrating the autumn equinox, I go through all of those holidays throughout the world. But some of the gods and goddesses that might be associated for you with Mabon or the autumn equinox are Demeter and Persephone, or the Green Man, Dionysus and Bacchus, Osiris and Ishtar, Durga, Freyr and Freya, Cernunnos, and Cerridwen, and Saint Michael the Archangel. This is just a small list of some of the deities that people may honor during this time. Many of these figures are welcoming prosperity and abundance or harvest time, but they are also specifically associated with the time of autumn. I want to know how you are going to be celebrating the autumn equinox this year. Are you going to gather with friends? Are you going to have a feast? Are you working on harvesting things from your garden or from the local co-op or the farmer's market so that you can store them away for food in the winter time? This is very important for us to do and for us to think about. Are you working on harvesting those things that you know you are going to need for your spiritual self? Are you stocking up on your herbs? Are you stocking up on the essential oils and the things that you need? Or are you building bridges and building community so that you have a tribe to support you if you are the type of person that has a tendency to go inside like a hermit in the winter time and fall into depression? Are you working on gathering those things to help you to not fall in to that depression without a support network for yourself this year? Remember that we are a tribe. You can find us in the Facebook group, the Transformational Healing Tribe Facebook group. And if you need support, that is a great place to talk, a great place to reach out and ask questions about the things that you're looking for, or ask for a little bit of support. That's why the group is here. It's not just all about me. Feel free to share things and share support in the group. Share things that you think that others like you may enjoy in the group. You can also find us on IG. And if you have questions, send me a message and I will answer your question. And perhaps it may even turn into another YouTube video. So, speaking of videos, we are still in the middle of our crystal sale launch right now. Tomorrow we will also be talking about healing crystals on our live. So, catch us live every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. And I wish you many blessings and I hope that you have a wonderful week.